I've been using AI for years. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. I've tried them all. I've watched the channels, followed the advice, done the courses, and almost none of it was actually useful to me as a classroom teacher. It was too generic, it was too corporate, it was just too much about productivity hacks for people who work in offices. So I stopped looking for someone to teach me and I started figuring it out myself. This channel is what I wish had existed 2 years ago. This is James. I'm a special education teacher in South Australia, teaching a mixed cohort of Year 8s to Year 12s across multiple curriculum. I also dabble a little bit in health and PE with the Year 8s this year in mainstream. On top of that, I'm also a gamer, a builder, and I'm someone who just likes making things. And that's where AI started to click for me. I just started thinking about a little bit differently and how I could use it in my classroom. I'm not a tech expert. I'm just someone who spent a lot of time actually experimenting and finding things that I wanted to do with AI. I tried following other channels. A lot of them had some great resources, but they weren't always specific enough for me. On top of that, I found that there just isn't that much AI content out there for us teachers. It's all good that we can create a nice generic lesson plan, can cover whatever topic that we might be looking at, but I always found it too generic and it didn't meet my students where I needed them to. So I started to experiment. We see a lot of that gap, or we see a lot of that AI for productivity in the office space for office workers, among others. But there was a real gap in what is needed in a classroom. On top of that, we have the privacy issue. Nobody's really talking about it. We just get told that we can't use it due to privacy. Next, special education. While there is some out there specifically, it's really quite limited. And ultimately, I just felt like it was absent from the conversation. Now, this is not going to be all special education. I will be looking at differentiation and how we can differentiate, because there's another gap that I've really found in the classroom is that a lot of teachers are told to differentiate, but a lot of us don't really know what that means. Or even if we do know what it means, it's too much work to get it to happen. With AI, we can improve that. So this channel is basically my learnings shared with you and my experiments. I've been experimenting for some time. We're going to learn together, experiment together, and see what else we can come up with on top of what I've already been using AI for. Some of the things that I actually discovered is that AI isn't just a lesson plan generator, it's a thinking partner. To me, this means it can collect all your thoughts, your unit plan template, your lesson plan template. It can look at your Australian curriculum, your South Australian curriculum, and for me, for ABLES, we can connect all those documents. And while you can have one of the greatest ideas on the planet, getting it down cleanly and neatly is a lot harder and more time consuming than it should be. With AI, it can think for us and it can connect those dots in a much neater way. We just need to be able to prompt it cleanly. One of the examples that I really like to use, something that used to take me quite a while, and is one of the reasons that teachers, a lot of us probably don't go on excursions quite as much as we should, is the risk assessments. I have risk assessments I have to fill every time we go on an excursion, as does every other teacher. Using this, we can come up with almost every perceivable option, risk, and figure out what we need to do to make sure that we can go ahead with that excursion. Some of my other favorite ones are, just like I explained before, connecting my multiple curriculums, meeting where my students are currently at, where I would like to get them based on the goals that I have written them, again, in a special needs point of view. So I have multiple students, less than 10, all working towards a different goal. Trying to manage that in the classroom could be a real nightmare, but with AI, we can work on that and come up with activities and resources in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then maybe a little bit of extra time prepping those documents. I'm not saying AI is the be all end all. There's still some things that it can't do. I still have to go out there and cut those worksheets, laminate them, whatever it might be, and design, or not design, build the physical resources that I want my students to learn. But please keep in mind, this isn't just a worksheet generator. We're trying to go beyond that. From here, my aim is to get weekly videos. They're going to be practical. They're going to be specific. They're not going to be fluff. All right, no BS. Let's just show something, figure it out and build it. And I'll share that with you. Throughout these videos, we're going to have a couple of two different types. They're going to be some longer deep dives, probably like this one, and then some shorter videos that are just going to be really focusing on one subject from start to finish, showing you exactly how I did it, and then potentially even sharing those templates with you through my website. We're going to be looking at special education content that really nobody else is making. I'm sure we'll look at some times where AI has disappointed me because I can tell you it has. Along with all this, I have a website that is up. It's in development, actuallyteaching.com. Feel free to log on there, join the emailing list. In the longer term, we're going to look at trying to put together a community on school for the Actually Teaching and see where we can go with that. We can really get around and support each other. If any of that sounds useful, subscribe, because next week I'm going to show you the exact privacy setup I use so you can use AI every single day without worrying about student data. It takes about 10 minutes to set up, and then you never have to think about it again. One thing I genuinely love to know, drop a comment below and tell me what subject you teach and what you've already tried with AI, good or bad. I'll read every single comment and we'll see if we can figure out something together. I'll see you next week.